One of the more important tasks and most important tasks of our lives, especially as people who want to love God and follow Jesus in this world, is learning how to discern God's will. Every one of us in 2019 will have to make important decisions. All of us in 2019 will have to think through aspects of our lives. And this is across the board. Whether you are a teenager, whether you are retired, whether you are anything and everything in between, this is an important issue. I think about all the decisions people in our congregation have to make, all the decisions people outside of our congregation have to make. We think about things like, which college do I need to attend or should I attend? I think about people wondering whether to take this career or that career. Should I continue to work or should I continue further studies? Should I have a change of place for my family or should I stay where I'm at? Should I be involved in this ministry or should I be involved in that ministry? Should I get married to this person or that person or not married at all? How many children should we have? Should I find a good nursing home for my aging parents or should I take them into our own home? Should I retire or should I keep on going? There are a lot of questions that we need answers to, a lot of decisions that we need to make. And for a moment, I want you to think about a decision that you need to make, an important decision that's before you in 2019. Maybe it's a decision that needs to be made by the summertime. Maybe it's one that needs to be made in the next few weeks. But what's a decision that you need to make, that you need the Lord's will, discernment to discover God's will in your life? And how we make these decisions is critical to our life with God, to our lives with others, and how we make decisions in the world. Now, when we think about making decisions, there are three types of people, three categories of people, and how we make decisions. Perhaps more, but I want to just share three categories of people and how we make decisions. The first are those who are always discerning, but never deciding. Always discerning, but never deciding. You're always seeking the Lord about something, but you never make a decision about what you are discerning. And many people, when they're always discerning and never deciding, it's really at least because of two reasons. Number one, you have not been taught how to truly discern God's will. And so there's a lack of teaching there. But there's another reality that we're faced with that we have a hard time deciding, often because we didn't get good human modeling. People didn't model things for us. And so to make a decision, for example, about committing to someone. Well, I'm discerning. You're always discerning about whether you should commit. Maybe it's because you didn't get good human modeling from your parents or family members about committing to something. And so as a result, because of this deficiency in your life, you have a hard time deciding, and you're always so-called discerning. The second category of people who are always deciding, but never discerning. And these are people who shoot from the hip. Does it feel good? Yes. Does it not feel good? That I'm just going to go. And so if the first group of people are paralyzed people, the second group of people are just reactionary people. I'm just going to make a decision. Your anxiety gets the best of you. And there's no time to discern. There's no time to pray. I need to make a decision right now. And so some of us are always discerning and never deciding. Some of us are always deciding but never discerning. What we want to get to the place is we are deciding from a place of discernment. How can we learn to decide from a place of discernment? And no matter what the issue is before you in 2019, the issue before you in the month of January, I want you to hold on to this important truth by one of the church fathers, a guy by the name of Gregory of Nazianzus. And he says that in God's will is our peace. In God's will is our peace. No, you'll never be more at peace than when you are doing God's will. Now, before